The Champions League is back, and we are back covering it for another season of highs, lows.
And I care this year because Arsenal were in it.
Yeah, it's a whole new perspective
Come on.
in terms of BoreDraw, but we're going to be doing what we do every season. I say every season.
I was going to say what we do best, but it's actually what we do worst because we stink at predictions.
I think I predicted Man City the last season, but that wasn't a mad shout.
I'm making a point now. When we do our predictions, we're not allowed to pick Man City.
Oh, that's who I was going to pick, man.
That's boring.
But, yeah. So we're going to go through groups A all the way down through, what is it, H?
H, yeah.
And we're going to be giving our predictions on who we think is going to get out. We're going to give our prediction on who we think is going to win the Champions League and an equal dark horse as well. And we're starting with a massive group consisting of two huge clubs going on two different trajectories.
Yes. So Group A consists of Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray.
I think, for me, the clear winner, and this is a rogue one, Bayern Munich.
Yes,
They
I think
added
so.
with Harry Kane up top, and they seem to be playing. I mean, they drew 2-2 against Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen, which is outrageous. Who had a fantastic start to the season. But yeah, Bayern Munich head and shoulders above everyone else in this group.
When I saw this group be announced, I actually tweeted from the BoreDraw account that Man United aren't getting out of this group.
I can see it. I think, like, let's just say this right off. Bayern are top, yeah. I don't see them dropping any points in this group.
No. And I think Galatasaray and Copenhagen can both get a result against Man United.
Well, that's it. Like, Man United, unless they can convincingly beat both of them at home, I think going away to them is going to be difficult for United, especially how they've been at the minute. Their squad is weak. And we're going to talk about this in the podcast that's coming out tomorrow. And we talk about it a little bit more on another podcast coming out on Friday. You've got bare podcasts coming out. But, yeah, their squad is dwindling. And you look at, I mean, we saw Chelsea's bench against Bournemouth.
Shocking.
Man United's is probably just as bad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for me, Man United need to do something serious. But Ten Hag, can he pull it out of the bag? This could be the one. This could be the competition to have a good run in and hopefully ease some pressure. I mean, they start with a good result against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, if you start with a good result immediately against who we're tipping to win this group, that's like 3 points that you don't expect to get. So then you just push on after that. But for me, I don't think they've got it in them. I think they're leggy. I think they're tactically a bit wobbly at the moment. And in Galatasaray, Copenhagen, and Bayern Munich, you've got 3 places to visit that I think you're going to struggle.
Yeah, so for who's finishing bottom of the group?
Galatasaray.
You're going Galatasaray bottom. Yeah. Wilfried Zaha's Galatasaray.
And then I'm going Man United. And then I'm going Copenhagen. And then I'm going Bayern Munich. Watch this space. That's my first big call of the Champions League. I'm
going to go Copenhagen bottom. I'm going to go Galatasaray, who I think will get probably some points against United. And then I'm going to go Man United second and Bayern Munich finishing that top position without dropping a point. I think that one's very cut and dry. Wow, we'll start you on Group B.
Bosh! Arsenal, the boys.
This group on paper looks quite straightforward.
It reeks of Europa League.
It does. But Sevilla, we know what they're about European competition-wise. They love it.
They are, but they have started La Liga in shocking form. I think they're 4 losses out of 4, which is not ideal.
Don't need a football podcast to tell you that.
PSV lost their star midfield man, Sangare, to Nottingham Forest. And Lens, they're all right. I think they're probably going to be in and about it. I think they'll get a result here and there. I reckon Arsenal top the group. I reckon we're just a tier above these guys. Don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. And this could come back to bite me in the arse. But I reckon we don't lose a game. I reckon it's us topping the group with PSV in second. I'm going Lens in third and Sevilla bottom of the group.
Yes, I'm going to join you with Lens bottom. I'm going Sevilla third. I'm going Arsenal second.
Oi, this guy!
And PSV to top the group. I have a feeling that this stage is a bigger stage than Arsenal have played on for a long time. It's a lot of players who are new to the Champions League. Big players as well. Big players. And I haven't been megally impressed with Arsenal this season so far.
Start getting megally impressed.
But I think I think Arsenal and PSV will top the battle for out first position. I don't think it'll be close with third. But for me, I can see Arsenal maybe, being a bit too gung-ho with it.
Overwhelmed by the occasion.
Potentially, and maybe faltering, thinking, all right, we can play how we play in the Premier League against these European teams and see how it works. But it might go the complete opposite way, and Arsenal might dominate. But for me, Arsenal second, PSV to top a group.
This guy. Right. This is pretty straightforward group. Group C is Champions League royalty in Real Madrid. Napoli, who had a nice little run in the Champions League last season.
And Italian Serie A title.
Bosh. Braga and German kind of...
I love Union Berlin.
Yeah, Union Berlin, who are kind of...
What a team. What an absolute
soared
team.
up the Bundesliga table and are a bit of a unit. And they've
mate,
got Bonucci.
They're like one of the best clubs in world football, honestly.
Yeah, nice little...
Just what they represent and everything about them, they're fantastic. I think this is cut and dry as well. Real Madrid to top the group.
Disagree. Napoli to top the group.
Ooh, interesting.
And Real Madrid second.
For me, I'm going to go Real Madrid top. I'm going to go Napoli and Union Berlin to fight it out for second place. But Napoli will come out just a bit too strong, I think. And then Braga to finish last in that group. And I think, it's exciting seeing teams like Real Madrid and Napoli go head to head.
It's a good little
Union
group.
Berlin as well.
Napoli are a weird one because they've started the season a bit, but they did very well in the summer to keep Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia.
I saw a lot of people talking about Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, he's on cooking at the moment. Like everyone is saying that he hasn't delivered in a hot minute. I think his last goal was like February or something like that.
Yeah, it's a strange one, but you never know. The European stage could be the one to reignite his form. But yeah.
Group D.
This one reeks the Europa League as well.
Inter Milan, Benfica, RB Salzburg, and Real Sociedad.
Benfica always, in the last few seasons, have done very well in the Champions League.
Yeah,
very well. And Inter Milan,
group, yeah.
last season's finalists,
just slapped AC Milan 5-1. Inter Milan look good. I reckon Inter Milan top this group.
This is a tricky group because I think on any day, any one of these teams could beat each other. That is a very balanced group for me. I think Inter do have the class and the quality, and they've started.
Yeah, I think they're a tier above.
I think they are at the top. I think this group may end how it begins with Inter topping, Benfica second, but it'll be close with Salzburg, and Real Sociedad. I'm not too sure, but fourth place for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Inter, Benfica, by some distance, and then Salzburg and Sociedad dwindling below. Group E.
Wait, I'm just saying, the Champions League this season is looking a bit whack.
That's why Arsenal are going to win it.
But you can throw up the biggest surprises, and that's what we like to see.
We do. Group E. Atletico Madrid, Feyenoord, Lazio, and Celtic. This is a decent little group of
I'm going to start off like this.
Underwhelming teams, but that could pose each other a bit of a problem.
Celtic, rock bottom.
Yeah.
I think they might get a point.
Yeah.
Lazio and Feyenoord, it's interesting because Feyenoord are obviously the reigning Eredivisie champions. And I think they might do it. Second place for me. And a nice little Atletico Madrid on top.
Yeah, I agree. I think Feyenoord, a nice little unit. I think they might even win this. I think I'm going to go Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, Celtic.
It's interesting. That's an interesting take. But we never know with Atletico Madrid. They sometimes they love a little bit of the European competition. But
Group F.
This group
is disgusting. I think everybody looked at this group when the draw was occurring, and you couple PSG and Dortmund and AC Milan together. You're like, oh, this is already a naughty group. Then you drop Champions League returning for the first time in 20 years, Newcastle, the big Saudi boys, into this group, and you've got a group. One of those ones. Chef's kiss, mate.
You've got Eddie Howe and Kieran Trippier taking on PSG, Borussia Dortmund, who lost out on the title last season on the last minute, and AC Milan.
Newcastle fans who haven't seen the Champions League in 20 years, and their first taste is a trip to Paris, a trip to Dortmund, and then a trip to the San Siro. That's buzzing.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous. It's every fan's dream to see your team play.
If I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be happy if I went out in the group stage. Obviously, you wouldn't be, But like, you do those 3 trips and you're like, bosh, that was.
I
fucking
think
worth it, mate.
Newcastle are going to be an absolute powerhouse in this group. I think, I just think I don't think any one of those teams in PSG, Dortmund, or Milan will want to go to St James's Park. I think PSG will be eyeing up Dortmund and Milan as easier games than Newcastle.
Yeah, I think going to St James's under the Champions League lights is going to be scary.
It's going to be noise like you've not heard before. I've seen Newcastle, Gazzetto's in Italy already talking about the Newcastle hard boys coming over there, warning people to stay inside, and that's not the sort of etiquette we want to propose to have up there. Be scary and violent, but
fucking do it, mate.
But it comes with they're going to be so up for it, and I'm loving it. But Roz, I'm gonna put you on a spot. Give me your 1 through 4.
Topping the group, I'm going Borussia Dortmund. Second, I'm going Newcastle. Third, I'm going Paris Saint-Germain. And fourth, I'm going AC Milan.
Ooh.
If you ask me that again in a half an hour, I'll give you a completely different one.
This group,
this is hard.
Anyone could top it. Anyone could top it.
Who did I say top? Dortmund, yeah.
I'm going Paris Saint-Germain to finish top.
Oh, are you? Glad.
I'm going Newcastle second. I'm going AC Milan third, with Dortmund finishing bottom.
I might move Dortmund. I'm going Newcastle to top the group. I've done it.
And moving Dortmund to second.
Dortmund to second, and then Paris Saint-Germain, and then AC Milan.
I think that's the group we're going to have the biggest.
Yeah, that's going to be an absolute nightmare.
like, you could spin a roulette wheel,
Mate.
and every time you pick out a team or whatever,
I think a lot of it you'll see tomorrow night when they play. Just like that first England of Newcastle playing AC Milan, see how they handle that. And PSG versus Dortmund, that's a nice little game. Then you can gauge. But yeah, this group's crazy.
Crazy group. Exciting times.
Man City, fucking scumbags, always pull just the easiest Champions League group I've ever seen in my life, just every single time. And that's probably one thing that contributes to that, is that they're just so much better than pretty much every team in the world. So every group that they're in looks like it's easy because they're that good. But Man City, RB Leipzig, how do you say that?
Crvena
Zvezda, which is there's another name for them. It's like something Partizan? No.
Red Star Partizan?
Yeah, Red Star something. And then Young Boys.
Yeah, this group, if you took Real Sociedad, who we had finishing bottom of their group, and put them in this group, I think they might be qualifying.
Yeah.
That just goes to show something. But for me, I think, what is it? Zvezda, bottom.
Yeah, keep saying
I think Young Boys third. It's going to be Leipzig second, and a Man City clean sweep. I think we might see Erling Haaland score double-digit goals in probably the first 3 games.
Yeah, I think the thing with Man City is that they'll be able to rotate quite a lot in the Champions League, which bodes well for them.
In the league and in the Champions League.
Yeah, because there's teams like Newcastle whose group's hard. Arsenal's group isn't like easy, but
you still need to put out a strong 11.
Still need to put out a strong 11, whereas Man City can go heavy with the rotation and just slap up Young Boys. Don't be doing that. And Crvena Zvezda, and then obviously, what did they beat Leipzig like 8-1 last time in the Champions League?
I think Haaland scored 4.
Yeah, so you just don't even need to try that hard for Man City. Boring.
Yeah, boring group. And rounding it out, we have Group H with Barcelona, FC Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Royal Antwerp. I think this one's cut and dry as well. Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar, Antwerp for me.
Yeah, I'm going Barca to top the group, Porto second, Shakhtar, and then Antwerp.
Barcelona looking quite good in their last showing with
Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah.
That's their name.
Barcelona looking quite good. Lewandowski scoring, as always. João Felix doing quite well.
João Cancelo as well.
Cancelo, yeah.
Got a nice
they're looking
little
like
unit.
a bit of a unit, so it could be one to watch out for. Roz, how you got your group finishing the same way? Or?
Yeah, Barca, then Porto, and then Shakhtar, and then Antwerp.
Lovely stuff. Right, time to get really in the mix. Roz, are we both agreeing that Man City are our chosen winners?
Mm-hmm.
We're both picking Man City, but
they're so boring, man.
If we can't pick Man City, who are you picking to go all the way? Real Madrid.
I'm going ballsy. I'm going either Arsenal or Inter Milan.
I'm going.
What I'll do is I'll say Inter Milan, and then my dark horse is Arsenal.
Okay. I'm going to go for my winner is Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Harry Kane win his first silverware.
Yeah, that'd be
and
great.
be the Champions League. I mean, they might have won the league by then.
Yeah,
won't
probably,
they?
yeah.
But and then my dark horses. Let me just use in this again.
Yeah, go have a little scroll.
My dark horses. My dark horse is Benfica.
Benfica.
Yes, Benfica.
Okay.
But yeah, I think like this Champions League, I look at it on paper and I was like, it doesn't look like a Champions League of old. It doesn't have the big names in there.
There's no Liverpool, no Chelsea. Who else are we missing that's kind of like a big name? Maybe no Juve.
You're missing like a Leverkusen or something like that in there.
Yeah, you're missing, I'd say like Chelsea, Liverpool, and maybe Juve are the big names.
But we're seeing a shift in the world of football where big teams, especially in England, you can't rest on your laurels. You have to be up there every season. But the problem is, you don't come around easy.
We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Champions League back at the carpet. That's what dreams are made of. Shout out Arteta for making it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever enjoyed this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Let us know who you got getting out of every group and who you think is going to come home with the Champions League trophy at the end of the season. And your
dark horse as well.
Yeah. But guys, if you're not involved already, get involved in our Gabriel Martinelli shirt. We just like to say we apologise.
We fucked him up.
We've cursed him.
We've had a mare.
He had a goal ruled out because Eddie was offside.
Yeah.
Then he went off injured about 30 seconds later. But that means the competition is still running. So if you're not involved, get involved.
Yes.
T's and C's are down below. It's very easy. You just got to follow us and AFTV on Twitter. Subscribe to our channel. And that's literally it. You're in. Get your man, them, your nan, them.
Just get everyone
your fam,
involved.
Them, all involved.
The competition is still going and it's going to go on until he scores a Premier League goal, which at this rate is going to be fucking forever. So,
but yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been BoreDraw. Champions League's back, baby.
It's the champions. Do 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 do.